Welcome to your most favorite channel Heartbeat.
Welcome to your most
My name
favorite
is
channel
Dr. Amrit
Heartbeat.
Kejriwal.
My name is
As a
Dr.
student,
Amrit Kejriwal.
I say most
As a
of the
student,
teaching
I
will be
say most
digitalized.
of the teaching
Hard
will be
copies of books
digitalized.
will become obsolete.
Hard copies
They
of
will be
books will
replaced
become
by soft
obsolete.
copies.
They will be replaced
Lectures
by
and
soft
lecture
copies.
halls will
Lectures
cease
and
to be
lecture
exist.
halls will
They will be
cease to
substituted by
exist.
videos and online
They will be
classes.
substituted by videos
Practical
and online
classes will
classes.
remain in medical
Practical
sciences.
classes will
We have to
remain in
prepare
medical
ourselves
sciences.
for a
We have to
revolution
prepare
in learning
ourselves
and
for
teaching
a
methods
revolution
in
in
all
learning and
disciplines.
teaching methods in all disciplines.
Today we'll learn something about post-COVID care. This is the part 1 of a two-part series. Channel's name is Heartbeat. My name is Dr. Amrit Kejriwal. After discharge from COVID, you may have been in the ICU and it's a critical situation. You may have been ventilated and it feels like a new life. You may have been in the ward having mild to moderate disease and then it looks like a nightmare that has passed peacefully. You have a mental trauma of the initial illness, and again you get the chronic symptoms or complications after discharge, which may be challenging. In this, we discuss adult patients admitted to COVID 19 and after discharge are still symptomatic. They face various problems: breathlessness and exercise post discharge, voice problems, eating and drinking swallowing problems, attention, memory, and thinking problems, activities of daily life, and mood and stress disorders. All these things have to be taken care of, and these problems are there in the post-discharge phase. I'll be discussing all of them in this particular video except exercise and post-discharge. For that, I'll be making a separate video.
Welcome to your most favorite channel Heartbeat.
So to reduce the breathlessness, you can have different positions. Try lying on side with head elevated. Sit leaning forwards with support. Sitting leaning forward without support. Stand straight and lean forward. Stand with back support. So here is on lying on one side. Patient lies on one side, one hand above the head, and has two pillows over here. I personally don't like this patient. I prefer to keep a block on the head end of the patient with one pillow. People who are having backache may cause trauma, more problem in the back. But if you lie like this, problems on the back may reduce. So the patient lies in inclined position, then sitting with support. Sit at the table, lean forward from the waist, head and neck, the rest on a pillow, arms on the table, and contrive without pillow. So this may also reduce the breathlessness of various patients. You can have a forward sitting without support, sit on a chair, lean forwards, rest arms on laps or armrests of the chair, forward standing. So you have a person who is standing, he leans forwards, may require support on a stable object such as a window or the backside of a chair, and this may also help to reduce his breathlessness. Standing with back support. Stand, lean back on wall, arms by the side, feet away from wall, and you can see over here. So this may also reduce the breathlessness, and the feet slightly separated. Breathing technique. Sit in a comfortable position. Place one hand on chest and other on abdomen. May close the eyes and breathe slowly through your nose. If nose it is not possible, then breathe through the mouth and make breath slow, relaxed and smooth, and it can be measured by the movements of the hand. So during exertion, just suppose you have to climb a flight of stairs, Split the activity into smaller parts. Breathe in before you start the activity. Breathe out while completing the smaller activity. Breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. How it helps? It works to improve the muscle strength and endurance, training to adjust to someone's breathing rhythm, techniques to strengthen the breathing muscles, and it helps in expectoration training, which helps someone clear mucus from the airways. Managing voice problems. So, this will be commonly seen in patients who are on ventilator or intubated. So, after discharge, if you're having voice problems, avoid talking if it is causing discomfort. Avoid whispering, it tenses the vocal cord, which causes more problem. Avoid shouting and avoid making loud noises. You may require a call bell to acquire the attention of the others. Don't talk continuously, take frequent rests. If you don't want, you try to sing to yourself or hum to yourself, and may communicate by alternative gestures, means such as texting, writing, or gestures. And continue to take frequent sips of water, it prevents the drying of the throat. Eating, drinking, and swallowing. Sit upright while eating. A- After the meal, sit upright for 30 minutes. Try foods of various thickness, liquid, semi-solid, solid. Find out which one suits you. Take that same food continuously. Sometimes food cannot be taken, so you have to mince the food. While eating the food, don't get distracted. Don't watch TV or mobile. Eat patiently, do not hurry. Make sure you have finished the previous morsel before taking the next. And eat smaller meals, but make it more frequent. Attention, memory, and thinking. So, physical exercise, gradually do a daily exercise. Do brain exercises, hobbies, puzzles, reading. Keep a written list if you're forgetful. Keep notes and alerts. Complex activities may be split into individual steps. Daily life activities. So limit your expectations. Previously, you could work continuously for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Today, you get tired in 10 minutes. So just assume that you cannot work for more than 10 minutes in the initial phase. Conserve energy. Sit instead of standing. Works which can be done sitting. Avoid standing for those works. Do not do heavy activities continuously. Take breaks. If possible, let others help you, and gradually resume your daily activities. Stress, anxiety, and depression. So get good quality sleep, eat adequately, be physically active. Now we must understand stress. There may be various reasons for stress, anxiety, and depression. First is getting the recovery from coronavirus. During the admission, you may have been found with a new illness such as diabetes, which was not there previously. That will also cause stress. And again, there may have been a loss of a close relative or a friend, and this will also cause stress, anxiety, and depression. So we have to take care of the stress, anxiety, and depression as a holistic manner and approach accordingly. Be connected with others and do activities that relax you. Post discharge, maintain COVID appropriate behavior. Continue your previous medicines and as prescribed by the doctor. Self monitor oxygen saturation or temperature. Professional work to be resumed gradually, and follow up with your doctor regularly. Warning signs. So if you get fever after discharge, you get breathlessness after discharge, decrease in oxygen saturation, Look for bleeding if you're on blood thinners. Look for chest pain and localized weakness of the body. So if you have any of these problems, please report to your doctor immediately. Depressive thoughts. Another cause. Further support, it can be in therapy, whether online or in person. Support groups for people with a particular condition. Survivor groups for people who have survived COVID 19. And activities that ease stress and anxiety, such as yoga or mindfulness, may be help. So, even if you are alone at home, you can go for online consultation, join support groups, survivor groups, and do yoga or mindfulness and remain connected with others. Be careful, don't let depression develop in yourself. Do not panic once you have recovered from COVID. Do not overstress yourself or get fatigued. Do not feel helpless, alone, or anxious. Don't self medicate yourself. Always take a medical advice. Don't perform strenuous exercise. And don't shy away speaking about your health issues, may it be mental or physical. Please come out with your health problems.